Steve, tell me the difference between a fixed mortgage and an adjustable rate mortgage.
Okay. A fixed mortgage by nature of it means that in the entire lifetime of the mortgage, whether it's 15 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30, or even 40 years, the mortgage is always at a fixed rate. The interest rate will never change. The advantage of that is people can sleep at night. The negative is if they're in a position to pay off early, they won't see any difference in their payment. They'll shorten the life of the mortgage, but they'll be saddled with the same size payment. An adjustable mortgage has come about because people have different needs. Relocation borrowers is a good example that only expect to be in the home 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, feel very comfortable getting a mortgage that's fixed for that length of time, knowing that why should they have to pay a higher rate if they're only going to be in the home 3 years and it's going to be fixed for 5, or 5 years and they take a 7 year mortgage fixed, and after that it becomes adjustable. So it can be a tool. The downside would be a guy that's a blue-collar worker that gets qualified by an adjustable rate mortgage, and then 3-4 years later he has more kids in the family, more mouths to feed, his income hasn't gone up. And we've certainly heard about that in this market where somebody really directed him towards the wrong type of product. So it's very important to match the willingness to take risk and understanding how the mortgage product works with somebody's situation in life.
Okay, and obviously people have to really think ahead before they decide what type of mortgage they're going to take. In my experience, I found that fixed mortgages are obviously less attractive in the beginning, but they're a less risky investment. Would you agree or disagree?
That's correct. The industry standards say that most people will move or sell within a 5-year time frame. So an adjustable needn't always be scary to people, but nobody has a crystal ball. Nobody can determine where rates will be tomorrow, the next day, let alone a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now. So somebody that's going to go with an adjustable, we would hope they would have a compensating factor, higher income in the future. Maybe they're only doing it on one income now and their spouse will be working in the future in case interest rates move against them.
Okay, well, that makes sense. So, like I said, an adjustable rate mortgage is definitely more attractive in the beginning, but you don't have a crystal ball. The rates go up 1% every year for 5 years.
That's one type. There's some that they can go up significantly higher, up to a maximum of 5% over the start rate in some programs. So it's extremely important to understand the fine print before committing to that adjustable mortgage.
Okay, I would assume with what you just said, that adjustable rate mortgage might be better for, let's say, somebody who's a little more financially secure.
Absolutely, or somebody that expects to see significant jumps in income. In other words, if you're buying lifestyle, a resident physician that's going to become a surgeon or something like that, 3-4 years down the road, he might have gone from $100,000 of income to $500,000 of income. He's certainly going to be very comfortable with getting into a more expensive home with a lower start rate to begin with. And he'll refinance in the future and or be able to easily accommodate a more expensive payment because his income has gone up.
Okay, so that does make sense if you do predict a considerable jump in income, maybe with that type of profession.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere in the medical industry, surgeon, like you said, yes, it's probably a better bet. But for most people, I would suggest, and I'm in the market right now looking for a house again.
Well, I think
I would say fixed.
Yeah, the industry standards tell us that more people as a first mortgage product take a fix. After they've looked at the second or third home or refinance, many people at that point choose an adjustable for financial planning reasons. So Again, it's not that one mortgage is necessarily better or worse, it's the circumstances and matching those to the clientele's needs and wants.
That's beautiful. It's great information. And how can people contact you if they're interested in being qualified for a mortgage?
Cell is 516-607-2958.
Thank you very much, Steve. Once again.
You're welcome.